Good afternoon and welcome to Titan Talk. Hey guys, thanks for joining us today. Today we've got myself, Captain Coop. We've got our wonderful talent, Major
Hello.
McFarland, and we have a special guest. We've dragged him back onto the show, and he absolutely loves doing this with us. So we had to drag him kicking and screaming. We have Major Rosa sitting here with us today. So thank you both for joining us. You always join us, so that's good with that.
Yes,
But
I
what is
do.
this? Thank you.
Whatever.
And so you guys know this is the guy that is always whatevering everybody, no matter what is
Oh, that's a
going
good
on.
point. We were talking about words we say a lot today. And
Whatever.
That's one you do say a lot.
Yeah.
It's not really a tick. Yours isn't a tick, but you do say whatever quite a bit.
Like every
I don't
day, like
care.
100 times.
I don't care.
Yours is I don't care.
Yeah.
That's my go-to.
That's true.
He who cares the least holds the most power.
Yeah.
I haven't cared longer.
I never did.
Yeah, but I never did. Doesn't count against longer when I'm older.
Big dog roses.
So today we're going to talk a little bit about football.
Sports ball.
Talking about the Super Bowl because that's what McFarland wanted to talk about, and
Yeah,
not?
Because we're in it. Back to back. Hopefully getting
I
that
would say
championship again.
Was there a Super Bowl? I actually have to ask because I don't pay enough attention at all. So make fun of me all you want on this one.
Please do.
Were we in the last one, or was there one before us? Or
Yep,
in
we
the
were. Yeah,
Okay.
we went last year, played the Eagles, and
Eagles.
we won. I think it was like 31-28 or 31-38 or something like that.
I think I remember someone saying something, or
Things
I
like
saw
that.
a post online. It was 2020 leap year, Chiefs versus the 49ers, and here we are 2024 leap year, Chiefs versus the 49ers.
Is it a leap year? I thought.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
What does that mean again?
It means
There's
that
29 days in February.
yep, February's got an extra day.
And that's this month, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
That is this month. Yeah.
Oh, it took me a second. I was like, when's that coming up? Oh, it's existing right
yes,
now.
we're
As
listening.
we
someone-
speak, we're inside February.
I saw someone
February
mention
feels
that,
nice.
so who knows? Maybe it'll end up being the same.
Yep.
That's what everybody's hoping for.
We've got a really weird for me. It's just a much larger camera that we're looking at here. Coop installed. Coop and Brian, right? Both
Yes.
of them.
So I don't know if
We
you
need to
guys
do
can
a
see
behind the
difference.
scenes podcast one of these days.
Dude, boy. We'll get a
Just come and
lot of
see
views.
his
Why? There's
nerd
nothing-
station over here. Well, because like now you can't see it at all, but
Yeah.
I keep sliding off the screen.
It's a good idea. Here's the door that we enter in.
Here's the corner.
We're in a small room. It's
Well,
not
people
even
want
like-
to see, guys. We got to give the people what they want.
But-
So we're going to
Yes.
talk about football. Coop's going to ask some questions because he doesn't know much about football.
I don't know anything about
We may
football.
answer honestly. We may not. It just depends on the questions.
I don't believe that they
We'll see how
will.
it goes.
Yeah, and then we'll tie in some actual work stuff with the Super Bowl
Yeah.
coming up in the event we win, which we hope we do.
Billy's already on. She knows exactly what we're going to talk about with that. What do we got?
Billy, you're beating us to the punch.
All right, Chiefs win. Who's the MVP? Offense or defense? Super Bowl MVP. offense
I
or
mean, that's a
defense?
really good question. I think it kind of depends on how the game goes. Like if it's like a 13-10, unless we have like some breakout play, I mean, you know who I'd like to see get it? Pacheco.
That'd be cool. Yeah,
I like to see like
Yeah.
a 21-14 or
He's got 3 touchdowns.
yeah,
that'd
all
be cool.
his
Yeah.
and just like a couple big breakout like 60-yard just grinders down the sideline. Like I mean he's such a fun guy to watch run the ball. He looks like he's
yeah.
fighting for his job every play.
He's got they explain him perfectly. They say he's mad at the ground.
Yeah, he just stomps.
It's awesome,
dude.
and he jumps. And you can see every game it pisses off whatever team we play
Yeah.
because he just jumps up as soon as he gets hit.
Yep. And he's falling forward, and
Yep.
hopefully that guy stays healthy. Running backs, as you know,
Oh,
they
yeah.
don't last long in this league anymore. I mean, even they never really. I mean, maybe years and years ago we didn't have 280-pound linebackers, let alone linemen that are in the 300s slamming them to the ground every game.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, I'd like to see him get one. Honestly, my favorite player is McDuffie.
He's pretty good.
Snead's getting there
Snead's
too,
my favorite right
just
now.
for productivity. But I'm
mean-
a huge McDuffie fan. I love our secondary.
I completely agree, but Snead has shut. Yeah, speaking Chinese.
I love it.
Snead has shut down every major
Yeah.
receiver this year.
Yeah, he really has.
It's been awesome. So, McFarland's wife is
Hold
calling.
on, wait,
She
ready?
is. Hold on.
Yeah.
They're talking a whole different language to
She
me.
knows I'm on here. Should be on here, so I'm hoping everything's all right.
Yeah, boy.
She called me yesterday in the meeting to tell me
Billy
that
says,
you, you were there.
Pachenko?
Yeah.
Pacheco, yeah.
Pacheco?
Yeah, it's our running back. He's a young kid.
That's a C.
He's like Ortiz. He's from the Northeast.
Speaking of Ortiz, is that her that just commented? She says Kelsey MVP.
I mean, I'd like to see him get it, but I mean, really,
Who do you
there's
think?
no one.
MVP.
Oh gosh, with the way that we live, if offense puts up big points and it's not, if Pacheco scores all 3 touchdowns, he's getting it.
Yeah.
But if it's anything else, Mahomes. is getting
Yeah,
it.
of course.
I mean, that's just how it's going to work.
Patty Mahomey.
Yep.
I mean, because he's such a special player. I was listening to somebody talk about him. They were saying, so our opposing quarterback is Brock Purdy. That's his name, is Purdy.
Okay.
It's kind of a cool
He's
name.
pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good. They said, what does Purdy do that Mahomes doesn't? It's a nothing. Mahomes does pretty much what any other quarterback can do in the league, except for maybe someone like Lamar, where he's just got a little bit more wheels. But Mahomes can still run the ball. So it's...
Yep.
Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, he
See,
does that a
he
lot.
do this every podcast?
all the time.
Sorry.
All right,
It's the
let's
wife,
see.
man. We gotta
Billy
make sure
says he
everything's
runs
okay.
so hard for his kids, for his family who was murdered.
Yeah, so I saw that too. I didn't know that.
So is that
I didn't know that.
Pacheco?
Yeah, because the reason.
Oh yes, I did. His brother died.
Okay.
I think he had an older brother. That was McDuffie. That's why. And I'm a big fan. My brother passed away not that long ago, a couple years ago, and so it's always cool to see a player that had like a mentor that
Yeah.
they looked up to and they kind of play for him. And it's weird. Usually, like they'll when they pass, if they got a game, like within a short time of the passing, they always just go off.
Oh yeah.
And there was one where, well, it's a whole different side story, so I'm not going to go there. But McDuffie, that's a big reason why I've always been a fan of him, and he's just a stud. I mean, the guy he's a hard hitter. He plays defense really well, and I was always a big fan. He's a young guy, so. But I think Pacheco. Well, I guess Billy, can you give us more context on that? Because
Billy says
multiple siblings.
if Kelsey gets it. Hold on. If
They're gonna
Kelsey
say
gets
it's
it,
rigged,
it's
yeah.
ever going to say it's
Yeah.
rigged.
Everybody says it's rigged anyway.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Dude, I was listening to the radio this morning. They said that the whole relationship's a hoax, and it's just for like PR and
Are we talking about the
political agendas.
Swifty and?
Yeah.
Oh boy, who cares? Let's just go.
I was
win
going
the
to say
Super Bowl.
it
I don't
doesn't really
care.
matter.
Yeah, make Kansas City's economy a little bit better.
Yeah.
Bring who cares?
Fans to the Chiefs.
A lot of money. A lot of money on Wednesday.
Yeah.
We've been going to some of the meetings, and so they're preparing for not only just the Kansas City fans, but the Swifty fans, and it's supposed to be like 57 degrees on Wednesday. So
Yeah.
if and when we win the Super Bowl, it's going to be a crazy.
It's going to be
Wednesday.
nuts, and we'll get into that for what temp services looks like a little bit, and really all of Titan because we're going to have to rely on more than just
Yes.
temp services on Wednesday.
Yeah,
But
all hands on deck.
we'll definitely get into that. Coop, what wonderful football questions have you
Yeah.
been waiting your whole life to
Oh, there's
find out on?
my whole life, none.
Zero. I know you've got,
But
some.
there's some questions I've always kind of, and there's a couple of them that have been answered, but because I don't know sports a lot and I don't pay attention enough, I'm
Okay.
pretty sure I just forgot most of the answers. I
Okay,
know.
so let's do this. When you ask your first question, we'll have the everybody watching give wrong answers only 1st. Wrong answers only.
I'm with
first.
it.
Or you try to pick which one. Like,
Yep.
well, it's hard to say.
Wrong answers and one right answer, and we'll see.
I'm going to tell you right now, I won't guess
You pick
any
the
of
right
the
one.
right.
All right, come on, lay it on us. What
Guarantee
do you
it.
got?
So the big one I have involves the Super Bowl, and I know I've asked this before, and I think I asked you, Roses, and I think you actually gave me the real answer because you felt sorry for me one day. And it's how do they pick where the Super Bowl is held? Like,
It's a good question.
How do they figure out what field? Because you can't send it to you can't bring it here if it's Chiefs versus 49ers. You can't bring them here because then they've got home court advantage.
Yeah.
Sure.
And you can't send it wherever the 49ers field is, San Fran. You can't send it there because then they've got home field.
Yep.
So how do you pick?
So it changes on leap years. So if it's a leap year, it has to be on the
Hold
West
on, are
Coast.
you giving me wrong answers too and them, or it's before you give me the real answer, or
Dude, I
a fake
wouldn't-
answer?
No, I would. This is serious. I'll
Okay.
tell you the truth. So leap years, it has to be on the West Coast. Non-leap years, it has to be on the East Coast.
Yeah.
I'm looking at his face right now, and I'll be honest with you, don't believe you at all. You
Yeah.
see McFarland staring. Just
Billy
like,
says has to be a dome so it can be covered for bad weather. Do you
Okay.
think that's true or false?
I'm gonna go with false.
It's actually true.
What?
Yeah, so we can never host the Super Bowl because we don't have a dome. So
Yeah.
it does have to be.
That's an
played in-
actual thing.
Yeah.
Really?
So that's why
Well,
with
I- you
all
know
the
what?
renovations, they want to put a dome on it here, but it sounds like Kansas City's not going to do it.
And
No.
I guess that kind of makes sense because
They have
I think it
retractable
was-
ones, which I would be okay with that.
I think I was talking to you. I don't remember who I was, but I was talking to somebody about it, and they told me that you want the players playing in the best condition possible to get them
Depends. It depends. If you're a Green Bay guy, you want like a Sub-Zero game because most teams. Big reason. I mean, it's hard to say whether or not, but when Miami came and played us is when we had that cold snap.
Yeah.
And those guys play in Miami. Their climate, is Miami climate, so
70
they're not
degrees.
used.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
not used to having to play. And when I played in high school and I played in some cold games, your body and your ability to play is affected by how cold it gets.
Well, yeah.
Because it's just you don't recover as fast, and so
Hey, McFarland, how long is the story?
this one
Yeah.
pretty long.
Okay, cool. So Billy actually,
Gosh, dang it!
Billy,
why I don't ever
Billy
be
said
in
your girl
KC.
knows sports, and you know what, Billy, I'll give it to you. You were a PRN before you went and left me for ATA, and still with ATA,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Billy?
still feel betrayed there.
Billy
You
has,
still haven't told me who died on Pacheco's family, or if that's even like I was very confused.
Billy definitely knows her sports. I'll give her that. So, Coop, I did lie to you when it comes to.
Leap
I was
years?
waiting for you to focus. Yeah. So when they pick where it's going to be, it's just like the draft. They choose years in advance.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
really?
It's got to be a dome. So it's a dome. So like Arizona gets a lot of them
Yeah.
because Arizona has a dome. It's just got to be a dome, and they have it planned out. What 2 or?
I think a couple. Yeah,
But they don't announce it till the year of, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So like we'll know before the season next year where the Super Bowl's going to
Yeah.
be.
So I'm
Like,
going to ask
we knew.
conspiracy theorists then, do they pick who's going to the Super Bowl then, too?
Ooh, depends who you ask.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
I had to.
Everybody thinks that the NFL's scripted.
There's so many people that would have to be
Yeah.
involved that wouldn't flip on.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, there's no
Yeah.
way.
Now, do I think that there's
Well-
some shaving going on with more betting, and do I think some of these referees are a little?
Skewed.
Yeah, and I hate to say that because it takes away from the sanctity of the game, but there was and you probably remember seeing this. There was a play for the Lions where this is going to be real in depth, but
Talking about the eligible.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When was this one? Was this when I
Couple
went to
weeks
St.
ago.
Was this
Yeah.
when I went to St. Louis?
no, it was before that, I think. Maybe I
Might have
don't
been
know.
about the same time. Yeah.
It might have been
Because there was a
yeah.
Regular
we
season.
watched a game in St. Louis, me and Leon, and you guys know, and everybody here should know by hopefully this point. I'm not a sports guy.
Mm-hmm.
The game was good enough that even I was rooting for
What color was the team?
I was the Chiefs or somebody.
Oh, then yeah, that wasn't this one. Basically, I'll sum it up real quick. There was this. Players have to claim eligibility for being a receiver or to go past certain amount of yards past the line of scrimmage to catch a ball. It stops the defense from having to anticipate the entire team going down.
Okay.
There's various reasons for it, but basically, if someone's going to become eligible, they go up to the ref and say, "Hey, I'm eligible. I'm eligible on this play." It'll be a lineman. They're not normally eligible. You can clearly see this lineman go up to the ref and engage with them. There's no mic, or maybe it was there. I don't think.
Not that I saw.
I don't think so. And so the ref kind of looks at him and is like, I think he gives him like a physical nod. And then when the play ensues, they throw to him and they throw a flag for an ineligible receiver. And so, and it did it cost him the game? Because it must
Yeah.
have been regular season.
Yeah, it
then.
cost him the game.
It cost him the game. So something like that, you have to sit there and wonder, like, did that guy? Because there's also
he went up and said, "Hey," we'd assume he said, "Hey, I'm going to receive it," or because that's what I don't understand. Which
I haven't seen more players and coaches blame refs this season than I have probably my entire career watching sports. Now this is the second year where betting is legal in a lot of states, not all. Like it's legal in Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
So I know people. I'm not claiming it's me or anybody I know. Specifically, drive across the border, place bets, go back to the Missouri side. But I've seen more. I mean, even the Chiefs did it. Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes, and there was a big old hoopla on the sideline of some questionable referee mistakes or calls. And there's another factor that goes into it. Each game, there's a money line of so like this team's favored. Like I believe San Francisco's favored 2.5 for 3 points
yeah, I
going
don't
into
know.
this. And so if San Francisco doesn't win by at least 3, if you bet on them to win, you don't win. So they're favored.
We're going
So-
a little in depth here. We
Yeah,
want basic.
sorry, I
Yeah,
got
you-
down-
like-
I go down
wants to know
rabbit
what
holes.
a touchdown
Right.
is here.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. Oh boy, Leon. Can't even figure out how to log into his YouTube.
Leon, I set it up on your phone.
Yeah. All right, Coop. Does that answer your original question?
It does.
Okay.
It was a little long-winded.
Sorry.
I'm not
Next.
saying anything to anybody.
All right.
But it's very interesting. Okay. That's actually honestly the only one I really
Remember
cared
that time
about.
before we started that I said write these down, and he said I don't
I've
need
got
to.
No,
I
the
have
only one,
so
dude. The only
many in
one,
my
the
head."
only one I
plenty.
really cared about was how they picked the Super Bowl stuff. That's really the only one I cared about because all the other stuff is like, it's like when you're watching the game, when they call a flag or something, it's like, well, why do they call that or stuff like that. That's where my questions come from. But when it comes to like,
You almost said stuff like that.
Things like that.
I think I did actually say it.
I don't care. Zackify.
Oh man.
So you have no other questions. All right. Does
No, I
anybody
do.
in the
So-
well then ask.
I'm going to. So when it comes to that, when they same thing with the Super Bowl, is it the same thing where they pick like where they do the draft picks? Is that kind of something similar to that? Is
Yeah,
they have
pretty
that
much.
lined out 2 or 3 years ahead of time and
It's
Yeah.
based off their records, how poorly or good they do. So if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl,
Mm-hmm.
they will have the 32nd pick in the draft, which is
Yeah.
the last pick,
okay,
unless they.
and that's
trade
because
it.
they won.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you can go more in depth because
Yep.
that's how I am.
Yeah.
They could have already traded that away from last
How
year.
long is this story going to be?
Not very long.
Okay,
That was
cool.
it.
So there's 32 picks in total,
Yeah, 32 teams.
32 teams, so one pick for every team, and then you can trade that between teams, whatever you
Yep.
want to do.
And there's what, 7 rounds? We should know we were literally there for the entire draft.
I didn't pay attention to any of it. Well, I was.
I'm not
nowhere
allowed to
near it.
talk, so I'm not going to talk.
No, you're not allowed
Yes.
to tell stories.
Leon, yes, we're answering football questions from Coop with wrong answers only. That one I felt bad, so I told him the truth.
It just can't miss stuff here, boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was their
Well-
idea.
All right, you got to have another one. What you got?
Like I said, most of my questions
Man,
just
I
come
have so many, I don't even need to write them down, and then just freaking blank on the
Yeah,
'Cause I don't
live
care.
podcast.
You want to know why? Wholeheartedly.
You can't say you don't care. That's
care.
my
But
line. Okay, does anybody in the audience... This is actually painful. Does anybody... Oh, wait.
I like torturing you,
You guys
too.
do know that I'm a
yeah, that's right, Billy. Who do you play
QB1.
for?
Billy does play. That's forgotten.
Billy,
She does,
there's only
yeah.
one QB1 around here, and that's me.
Not
Yeah,
with
maybe
your knees.
15 years ago.
I can still sling the rock.
Mick-
Just can't run very well.
Ryan McFarland's out this week with gout.
Hey, if I actually had like a reason to go exercise more often, I probably wouldn't get gout flare-ups. And I haven't had one in a while. Yeah. The
Joe Rogan's got
show.
nothing on this. I don't know. I still think I'd rather
Just 3 knuckleheads.
2 meatheads
well,
and a nerd.
Coop was supposed to have questions, and he said he
don't-
had a phenomenal
yeah,
list,
he's- I
and
don't-
that
I never said
list
that.
just disappeared.
No, so legit. Most of my questions come from. Like I said
well,
it before.
there's 2, so.
Give us a third one. Think.
They come from the plays. So, okay, when it comes to the plays they run, is there a limited amount of plays that they have? They all have like a book that's just 50 plays and they run the same 50, or do they change that every season, every year? What's
So,
because the only experience I really have with that is watching high school plays, and they do whatever they want where I'm from. So
right, and they have plays too. So, really, what they do is the coaches from each team get together before the game, and they talk about the plays that they're going to run so that they can help run better defenses against each other. And
Sorry, I was drinking water. I was choking on it a little bit.
once,
just so everybody knows, I know for a fact he's lying on this. It's
yeah,
hilarious,
so they
though.
share the plays between the teams so that
Yeah.
they know what they're going to run, making a more entertaining
Yep.
game.
And then
And-
they tell them each other's hand signals.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is where the scripted comes in.
Yep. No, the way that it works is like, the first drive is generally scripted. Like they know what they're going to do on that first drive, the first time they possess the ball.
Okay.
Everything else, I mean, they've got, I don't know, what, 50 plays?
Well, that's what I'm
100
saying.
plays?
Is there? Is
Oh,
there
yeah, more than that.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
was gonna say, is there just like they got
Average-
a book? Of,
everything's
Yeah.
situation. Yeah, there's a big book. I mean, they know all the plays. It depends on the
And
situation, everything.
Average offensive playbook will have anywhere from 10 to 15 different packages, which is like fronts. So, and then defense is a little less, but it really just depends. And then they strategize based on the strengths of the other team. So if the other team's really good at throwing the ball, then they're going to have more heavily weighted plays on defense for pass defense and things like that. So,
Ooh.
yep.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it just depends. It's a battle strategy each week, but certain teams have certain strengths.
So they'll go in with a base playbook saying this is the basics of what we're gonna do, and then based on the team they'll change it up. Say, hey, well
Yes.
these guys are really good at throwing long distance.
Yeah, sure.
so
Sometimes
we're
they
gonna
gotta
change up how
switch
this
it up
works.
at halftime. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
All right, let's do a reverse question to Coop here.
Okay.
Coop, 2-part question. 1, what is a field goal?
Isn't that the one where you catch it from the quarterback and you actually run? That's what you told me, right?
Completely not right.
Nope. That is a completed
No,
pass.
field goal.
Yes.
That's the 3-pointer, isn't it? Where you kick it from however far back it is.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
So they'll get
Yeah.
to the fourth down, and then you're 20, 30, 40 yards, and you attempt to kick the crap out of that ball and get it
Perfect.
Well done.
Next question.
I've got some too.
Only
so go
reason I
ahead.
know.
Yeah.
Only reason I know it is
let's-
actually because
since
of
you
closeness.
don't have any questions, and even
It's
though
ac-
we
no, it's actually-
said write them down, you didn't write them down. It's okay.
No, I actually do. I just like
Who-
messing with you guys too much not to.
What is the name of Kansas City Chiefs kicker?
No idea.
Nothing?
No clue.
It's got the word kick in it.
Dude, you're
That's
not,
not true.
the only Kansas City
No,
player I
actually
know.
doesn't.
I know
call
two.
Nickname.
I call him his nickname so much. I
Butt
think that's his
kicker.
real name.
I only know of two: Mahomes and Kelsey.
Fair enough.
That's the only two names I know.
Pacheco.
Well, and Pacheco now.
What
'cause,
position does Patrick Mahomes play?
defensive line,
Perfect. And what position does Travis Kelsey play?
quarterback.
Good deal.
Good job.
I
You're doing
know-
really well.
I know for a fact
How many
I'm wrong.
Super Bowls have the Chiefs won?
I'm gonna say 4. I don't actually know.
That's optimistic. I think it's 3, isn't it?
It's 3.
Yeah.
Oh, look at me
That's
trying to be
about to be 4. Look at you in the future.
I can see the future. Brian says 2.
Brian said 2. It was 2 until last year.
Yep.
The very first Super Bowl,
Yep.
and then
So okay,
19.
yeah,
who won?
yeah.
So they won the very first Super Bowl
Chiefs
ever.
did against the Packers. Yeah, I think it was like 9-7 or something. It was very low scoring.
That is,
I think.
yeah,
so.
that's
And
not
then we won
correct.
in
No,
20.
it was.
No, we lost the first Super Bowl to the Packers.
Oh, that's right. When did we win our first Super Bowl?
60s? Definitely not
maybe.
the first Super Bowl, but we lost.
Damn it.
Thank
Okay.
you, not Ryan. Sorry. Thank you, Leon.
Well, not all of us were live like you were for it, so
Yeah.
Okay, so
I can't see without
they won. They won in the 60s at some time. Then they won in 2020, right?
19.
19, yeah.
19, 2019.
Yeah.
Gosh dang it, I just looked all this up the other day, too.
No, I
Because
don't
we just win.
remember.
When you
Yeah.
win so much, it's just
It's
hard
just
to keep
hard,
track
yeah.
of, you know?
But
It
so
is funny that
2020
we kind of became the
2020
new Patriots.
Heck yeah.
2020 is the last one we won. Right?
No, last year, 2022.
2022.
This is technically 2024, but it's the 2023 season.
Okay.
Yep.
It's kind of confusing.
Okay.
Yep. So we won the 2019 season, the 2022 season, and this year.
Okay. Which is why we didn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just calling it right now.
Making it sense.
So maybe then we only have 2 Super Bowls.
They lost. Yeah.
No, we have 3.
No, because we lost the first one.
We won
They
twice
lost-
in the last 5 years, and we won one back
Way back when.
when
Way back
Leon
when.
was born.
All right. So here's a question for you.
50 something,
Something like that.
things like that.
1800s.
1800s. Here's a question for you. Are you guys knowledgeable in most teams or just particularly the Chiefs?
Most.
Okay. How many Super Bowls have the Broncos won?
Okay, now that's a tough question.
Actually, I used to be a Bronco fan. I think it's 4 or 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I was a big fan in the 90s because I didn't live in Kansas City and I had relatives from Denver and they were very good in the 90s. It's like Terrell Davis, John Elway, Ed McCaffrey, Shannon Sharp, Bill Romanowski, John Lynch. There's some really good players. So, and they had the coolest jerseys because they were blue and orange.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so Leon's making a point that that's not the correct number, which is fine, but he's able to say that because he was alive
Yeah.
at that point, and
Yeah.
we just weren't.
This is from memory.
Yeah.
I was born in 1990.
Yeah, and let's talk about Leon's memory.
Leon was a cop when I was born.
His
He was
me-
like,
no, but he wants to talk about memory. I mean, his memory is just shot.
yeah,
I mean, we got to remind him of all of his meetings. And
yes, and song lyrics. He's just really bad with those.
Yeah, those are really not great. You should see Coop's face right now. Is it pointing on you? Because
It's on you.
Coop looks terrified.
Yeah. Well, you can see down the hall, so let us know.
Yeah.
Your first warning.
We're gonna
Yeah.
put that
If the-
light through the door and make sure
If the
like,
podcast
close it
suddenly
shut.
cuts off, pray.
Yeah.
He probably forgot where the podcast room is.
Yeah, that's a good
good
point.
chance.
If he's not wearing his glasses, he'll never find it.
Yeah.
Poor
That's
guy.
stumble. There's a lot of obstacles in the hallway, so he might not make it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He keeps like peeking out. He's like, oh boy.
All right. Okay. So
The show
when
must go on.
it comes to the refs and everything, are there a set like? Is there like a pool of them? Like we have a pool of officers. Is there like a pool of like 100 refs that they're like
Yeah.
E6 or
They have certain crews, and they're
and
they're
it
starting to
changes
get
per
more.
city, or does it? Or is it like is it just nationwide?
that I don't know. I think they travel.
Yeah, they travel.
It's and most of it, from what I hear, it's kind of a part-time gig. They don't get paid that well. So
Really?
Maybe not anymore. Who knows? Or maybe now they do. But no, there's like one famous ref was Ed Hockley because he was super buff.
Cruz.
And so when he would like kind of like do his hand motions, he was just jacked. So it was really he got some publicity for that. His son is in is is a referee now, but they have certain crews, and they're getting some notoriety for some of them because they're like, hey, this crew always throws, they're real flag happy, and so some crews will sit back and let them play, and I always prefer that, to be completely honest, when it comes to the referees.
You can lock the door, just so you know.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm planning on it.
But yeah, I like the refs to kind of let them play, so there'll be a little kind of holding and some legal hands here and there. It just makes for better football, in my opinion. Because if you're too flag happy, you're going to stop plays from
That's going to
happening.
kind of ask. That kind of leads me to my next one. When it comes to flags or stuff like that, I know there's all kinds of things that they can throw for flags and things you can and can't do and stuff like that. Do you guys think, as football fans, it's better to have, and you just said yours, but is it better to have the refs that let them just kind of go a little bit more ham?
Let them play.
Let them play?
In
Or,
my opinion,
because you're going to get it on both sides. There's
as long as you're fair.
Yeah, and the thing I always was, my uncle told me growing up was, there's
Yes, he
holding on every play. No, Leon.
he keeps looking down the hallway.
It'd take you 25 minutes to get over here.
Oh gosh.
No, there's holding on every play. There's
Yeah.
fouls on every play. So you let them play. Yep.
Yeah. And there's been another big controversy with like lining up offsides on offense. Like there's been some recent penalties that have like never happened.
See,
in
and that's the thing is we were watching.
Yeah.
that happened to
offsides.
us. Yeah.
The game I was watching with Leon when we were in St. Louis, there was a play they were saying everybody was getting lined up, and before the guy even called,
That might have been the one where Kadarius was offside.
the guy went way offsides long before anybody called
Yeah.
like the play to go,
Yeah.
and you just see him like run across, and he stops, and he's just like looking around at everybody, and everybody's like, "What are you doing?"
Yep.
It's a good
And
one.
threw a flag on it and everything. But so, I mean, okay. So you guys say let
What's
him
your
play.
take on a Maryland I-style offense or a West Coast? Sorry, I had to one time, just to have more knowledge than Coop on something for once in my life.
Yeah,
was
You
nice.
have more knowledge than me on a lot of things. What are you
not
talking
true.
about?
You've got administrative access. Is
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Report writing, incidents. You got more knowledge than me on all kinds of stuff.
But I was trying to think of one. How many points does the team get if they successfully make a 2-point conversion?
I would assume 2. It's in the name.
Ding, ding, ding,
Boy,
ding, ding.
boy.
6 points for a touchdown. You're going to get the extra point for making it in the what are they called? Forks?
Leon's
Yep,
a pirate.
in the forks.
In the forks. Yeah.
That's exactly what it's called.
What's the name of the orange things at the corners of the end zone?
Cones.
Cones. They're pylons, and they actually have HD cameras in them now.
Yeah, they do.
Do they really?
Yeah, and they've got you can see little vents in the
You mean-
back.
You mean
because
those
of the
little things that they
process.
run over all the time?
Yep.
Yep. That's over the last couple of years that they started doing that. How many goal lines are there on a field?
Goal lines?
Yeah.
I don't think there's no way they're called goal lines.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
2, one on each
Good
side.
job.
Nice job. Yeah. Yep.
How many yards is a field?
It's a football field.
How many yards?
I don't.
100.
And nope.
Well, it's technically 120.
I was
End zone to end zone.
I was
or
at-
goal
I was-
line to goal line's 100 yards.
I was just about to ask. Is it actually 100 or is there like
It's 120. Well,
100
I
and
think
20.
I think
It's
the end zones
120.
are 10 foot.
120?
Yeah. Do you know what it is width wise? I think it's like 53 and a half or something like
yeah,
that.
because soccer growing up,
Oh,
it's
is
70
this story going to be long?
probably it's 75 feet wide, where football players only played, I think it was 50.
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah, but
they
we hit
can't
each other.
run as much.
Yeah, we hit each other
lots
a lot.
of tight pants and,
That's
and
right.
helping each other.
And slapping butts.
Yeah. So I played football too. So.
Yeah.
I was the kicker.
I was going to say, what position did
No,
you
you,
play?
you played football, like actual soccer.
Both. Yeah.
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 Yep.
Yep.
He flaunts that over everybody all the time.
No, I don't actually. I think I've said that twice.
Yeah, he doesn't really say it that much. Kickers don't really brag unless they're butt kicker.
Yeah,
Who's
there's no
our kicker.
reason. Yeah, the biggest highlight I ever had from kicking was
You have like a walk off.
kickoff, running down, and just completely blindsided for no
Nice.
reason by some giant dude, and I just got up and walked off.
Oh,
the
you
field.
got blindsided.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got destroyed. Yeah,
The
I was
Eagles-
125 pounds. That did not work.
Just
that
ear
way.
hold you. You get up, your helmet's on sideways.
Yeah, somebody
that
picked me up.
happened
It's
to
like,
me.
you good? I'm like, no.
Leave me
No.
down here, dude.
Yeah.
I hurt.
Yeah, see, the only thing I got like that is
Ooh, here's a good. That Billy brought up a good
Ooh,
one.
that's a great one.
Coop, look at me in my eyes.
I don't want to after reading the comment.
What is a tush push?
I have no idea. I have zero
Ooh,
clue.
Another good question.
I think it's illegal if you ask me, because
What
you're not allowed to hit the center.
It's
What is
also
Travis
illegal
Kelce's
for Leon
brother's
to drive
name,
at his age.
and what team did he play for?
Yeah.
For me,
What's that?
Billy asked, "What is Travis Kelce's brother's name, and what team did he play
That's a
for?"
really good question too.
Why do I know that?
What
why do I
team
feel
does he
like?
currently play for? Because he did not retire.
Yeah, he did.
Why do I?
Nope. Came out of retirement.
Why do I
Already?
feel like I should know this? Like somebody's mentioned this to me recently.
It's all over the internet because of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. He went and supported Kelce at our latest game.
What's his last name?
Wait, hold on. So
Travis Kelce has a brother that plays in the NFL. What teams he play for?
Travis is ours, right?
Travis
Chiefs?
is ours. Yeah.
I didn't.
Okay.
I knew he had a brother.
Here's a hint. We played them in the Super Bowl last year.
I
They're a
don't remember
bird.
that.
It's a bird.
Kaka.
Just tell me, because I'm not going to get it.
Jason Kelsey was the center for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yep. And I heard that he's got like such bad hips. He has like a 30-minute routine of stretches he does every morning because of how much pain he's in from his hips. So center's the guy that gives the ball to the
Yeah,
quarterback.
it's the guy standing right in front of the quarterback.
But there's a lot of pressure that you put on your hips over the years, and the center is like the quarterback of the offensive line, if that makes sense. So they're kind of the brains of it.
Another good question. What type of ball do they use in football?
Yeah, what is the ball made out of? What material?
That's not what he meant, but that's okay.
I was going to say, I don't think that's what was meant. What do you? I mean, it's a football, but what do you mean? What type of ball?
What did it used to be made out of? Do you know?
Pigskin.
Yeah, nice.
It's because only reason I know that is because of and this is hilarious, but it's the West Wing.
The show?
Yeah,
The old like 90s.
yeah. Because there's
My
a
mom loved that show.
there's a part in that where he's talking to some fanatic, and he asks if our football team and whoever it was agrees to wear gloves, can they continue to play football because touching the skin of a pig is unclean. And that's the only reason I remember that one is because that line stuck
It's a
with me.
very weird way to remember that, but that's fair.
Well, it's because
Yeah.
it's
More
it's
than one way to
the,
skin a cat.
it's the teardown
Or a
of the
pig.
who he was
Yeah.
talking about. Just the absolute teardown of that person was amazing.
Okay, wide receivers are allowed. Are they or are they not allowed to use gloves to catch the ball?
Does everybody wear gloves?
No.
I don't pay enough attention to their hands.
Well, that wasn't really a good question, but I'm running out of material here. Can you use?
Fun
well, actually, I
fact.
think you could still use the stick. of
It's actually
cane.
not pronounced
think so.
Kelsey.
It's pronounced Kels. I don't think that's
I've heard
true.
that story too.
Their dad just got tired of correcting people. Billy says they are allowed.
Try to think of one or two other good ones.
For Mr. Coop.
What is the stadium called where the Chiefs play?
Our stadium?
Yeah,
Isn't it Kaufman?
well, that's close.
Close. It's right next door.
Yep.
That's the Royals.
They're touching each other
Oh,
almost. Native Americans put them on the end of sticks. And
Oh,
made-
Arrowhead.
There you go.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Leon puts those on the end of sticks.
You can't.
It's also known as GEHA Field, GIA Field.
Yep.
Gia Field?
What do they?
Who calls it
What
Gia
What do
Field?
they beat at the beginning of every game? Right at the beginning, right before they start.
I don't know.
Small child.
I was going to say something like that.
No,
but
there's the tomahawk. I should ask what that is. They have a big drum up there, and it's kind of like an honorary. They have like a special person each week to beat the drum, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
Which was really funny, and this is
I think I've
kind
been
of
invited-
cold-hearted, but do you remember when it was what's his name that used to play running back for us that we?
Jamal Charles.
No, the one that unfortunately got really aggressive with that girl.
Oh,
beat her
Mr.
up.
Hunt.
Yeah, there was a meme one time that said when he came and played against us with the Cleveland Browns that girl should go beat the drum before the beginning of the
boy.
game. I
Yeah.
was like, that's fantastic.
Mr. Kareem Hunt. Yeah.
Yeah, I
do
can't believe
that.
he's still in the league.
Yeah, can't do that. So
Yeah,
pretty simple rules.
yeah.
Well,
Trevon, that's a very dangerous statement to put on this
yeah.
podcast
I just
right now.
ignored it. I just completely ignored.
Want to
it.
let you know.
That's fine. That's fine. We'll talk about it.
So,
another
okay,
day.
so
Whoa, dude, come on.
Getting away from making fun of me and asking me questions that we all know I don't have the answers to.
Yeah,
unless
we'll
they're
come-
super easy.
we'll come back to it.
What
Probably
is
not.
winning on Sunday? What does that look like for you?
Temp services, yeah. So that means that my captain and myself, Captain Kavist, will be very busy Monday morning. So we'll get all kinds of calls. We'll get all kinds of calls from clients, mainly within the parade areas, looking for some security for that day.
And the
So-
parade would be on Wednesday, right?
Right. Yep. So, and we've been dealing with KCPD and who was that? Mayor Lucas, who put that meeting on the other day for us about kind of what the prep is, and Paramedics are already in place. KCPD. Everybody knows what they're doing.
Everybody's already got
and
their
it makes it a lot
assignments
easier because we did it last year, right?
Yeah.
So,
Each year, hopefully, we get a little bit better.
Yeah, the city's definitely ready to go.
If we prepare for the worst.
When we win, yep. So we'll get a lot of calls, and Captain Kavist and I will definitely get on the phone and start booking business. So anybody who's working that day, please just
Bear
go
with us.
to your normal working
Yeah.
position. But if you're not working on Wednesday, go ahead and either text or call myself or Captain
Captain
Kavist, and we'll get you put on the books because we'll need all the help we can get.
Yeah.
We've got a ton of resources at Union Station already, but Monday morning is going to be real busy if we win.
Because that parade will take
When
the
we win.
entirety of downtown, won't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
They'll
And
It's
the
going to
Swifties.
be, so we have the
and the
Swifties to
Swifties.
add in there, which they say is like 20% of the population. My wife's a huge, she was a Chiefs fan anyway, but she's a pig in you-know-what when it comes to this whole publicity that she's getting, and Kelsey, and she loves it. But I forgot what I was going to say. It just left my brain.
All right. Well, that means the story was too long.
Yep.
Okay. So,
That's actually pretty funny. I'll give you that one.
Not bad.
sorry.
It's not terrible.
Not really. I don't
That's
care.
all right.
Okay. So we did the parade last year. Generally, the parade will. What do you expect for the parade? The type of interaction? I know last year was fun-ish.
Yep. Well, first of all, everybody's going to be drunk.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. I did the first one, and I remember being down for the Royals win in 2015. But last year, actually, my wife had a baby that the Super Bowl Sunday. Actually, our baby was born just before
nice.
the Super Bowl. We were able to watch that. But so I wasn't down there last year. Captain Kavist took charge over that for me. Thank you to him. But yeah, the biggest thing we're going to look for is perimeter breaches and intoxicated subjects. That's the two biggest things we're going to deal with. The perimeter is going to be primarily held down by KCPD. You know, they'll ask for assistance from time to time, but everybody that's drunk down there, they're going to be there.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Most of the time, they're pretty
so-
pretty cordial, peaceful. We'll get some people doing some stupid, unsafe things that we had to stop. I remember when I was down there, we had to take down a ladder that was chained to a light pole.
Didn't we have a guy who climbed a tree off? Like,
Oh, yeah, they do that
and
every year.
Fell out.
Yeah.
Almost.
The crazy part was the year I was there, they had that car drive down.
Yep.
And almost
That was the first
got engaged with the guys up on the rooftops with the big, high-powered rifles
Yeah.
to say, stop the car.
Yeah.
We were standing next to one of the very noticeable federal agents that was in like a Chiefs uniform with all cop gear. Like it was all like 5'11", and he was trying to act like he stood out like a sore thumb with a little earpiece, and he's like, "There's a car coming down Maine." I'm like, "Oh, that's probably not supposed to happen." He
Yeah.
goes, "No, it's not." And they're talking about maybe shooting the guy. I was like, "Oh, it's gonna get crazy," and they have not the barricades, but they have the plow trucks that they put on the sides. Much more difficult for a vehicle to blow through a plow truck. That's kind of their
Learn every year.
barrier. Yeah.
Yep.
But the one thing I do remember what I was going to say, if you're a non-sports ball guy, kind of like Coop, I'm sure that if you contact us over the weekend for some shifts during the game because you just don't care, I can almost guarantee you that we will help incentivize you with monetary benefits.
Absolutely.
So, if that means giving you a couple extra dollars an hour to help out and, call around this game time, some people are going to be calling out, so we just anticipate let's be realistic. So
Please don't
Absolutely.
take that as an invitation to call out.
No.
And if you work anywhere downtown or in that
That was
area on Wednesday, if we do win, definitely leave early.
That was
Yeah.
going to be my
It's
next
gonna be
question. Is
crazy.
for those working on that on
Yep.
Wednesday, the parade day. Any advice if we do win?
You're going to want to leave about 2 hours early.
Because
At
they block
least,
that.
depending
They
on what
block
time you work at, too.
everything down
Yep.
off there, don't they?
Yeah, if you
Oh,
work
yeah.
like in the afternoon, you might be better off having a relative drop you off or Ubering.
We've got the route down and everything there and around it is just going to be completely shut down.
The through streets will be shut down, and especially after the parade, they're basically going to open. From what we've heard, this is going to sound really like I'm cool, but
Yeah.
we can't give all the information away, but some of it is that they're going to open up basically lanes and just it's going to be all outflow. So just to get people out of there in a timely manner.
Yep. And nobody's going to disperse quickly. I mean, they're
Nobody
going to be down there.
They never will.
No, and
They'll be down there.
If you're off and do go to the parade and don't want to pick up extra shifts, be smart.
Do not wear Titan gear.
Yes, do not wear your Titan uniform.
smart.
Off duty.
Be responsible. Do not-
Hydrate.
the day before. Is that right?
Yeah, hydration is
It's
the day before.
after, I think.
Day before, not the day of.
During the
It's
day.
the day after.
It's during
The
the
day
day.
after tomorrow.
For you.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next Tuesday.
Understood.
Okay.
So I
right.
say, other than that, we breach into the weather, kind of give everybody a little outlook of what the weekend looks like, and then we'll let everybody get to enjoying their weekend. So what we're looking at for Saturday is 49, Sunday 48, Monday is 53, Tuesday 57, Wednesday, parade day, 59. So
Right.
we're doing it. We're going to do the parade. Thursday 53, Friday 44. So Sunday we've got 48 degrees here, and they're playing in Nevada, right?
Vegas.
Vegas, yeah.
So yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that is in Nevada.
And next we've got sports with Ryan McFarland.
Did you stop going off screen?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hello.
So
Well,
other
maybe
than-
get a different camera that doesn't look. That looks like a camera from the '90s.
it is not.
I'm not sure why anybody really watches you guys.
I don't know
Because
either.
they like
be
making fun of
honest.
us.
Yeah, it's a good point. That's why I watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So other than that, I think we're going to let you guys get back to it. This was a phenomenal show. Thank you guys so much for making fun of me. I appreciate every bit of it, and even the knowledge that you guys did actually give me. I'll forget it in about an hour.
Yep.
So thank you. Other than that, we're going to let you guys get back to enjoying your rest of your day. We appreciate everything you guys do. It allows us to continue to do stuff like this. Now he's being weird. So thank
Continue.
you so much. Please enjoy your weekends. If you guys, again, are interested in working and you're not working on Wednesday, please hit up Major Roses and Captain Kavis, and they'll get you guys to help out when we win the game. Stay safe. Enjoy the Super Bowl, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Peace out.